Hey, hey, welcome on back to Transcending Love. If you're coming back or returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new, welcome, 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 welcome. I appreciate both categories of people. I am Nettie, and today I am doing fantastic. How are you all? Hopefully, everyone is great and wonderful. I have been missing a little bit. I was gonna say MIA. I've been MIA. Man, it's been interesting times for sure, which is the energy that I already feel. But aside from the collective energy, it's been life has been trying to life on the kid. But listen, you stay encouraged no matter what. You stay encouraged no matter what. And my encouragement to you today is to do the same. Stay encouraged no matter what. All of this is a part of the plan for and toward your betterment. So listen, I have been without a phone for almost a week. I never did get a secondary phone. Um, at some point a while back, I thought about getting a second phone, and not for the plug, but um, I never did. So there's that. And the phone that I had was just it was hanging on a wing and a prayer. Yeah, it was a mess. But I was hoping that I could push it for a little bit longer. I'll tell you this about me. I do not like paying for phones. I feel like it's ridiculous to finance a phone. It's the and outside of financing, I feel like it's ridiculous to pay a lot of money for a phone. That's just I think we all have this sticky, icky feeling about some one thing or another. Phones are the thing for me. Probably because I use the phone because I have to. I don't spend a lot of time just doing like texting and calling. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. My time on social media is usually me learning something. And it would be like by way of YouTube or something like that. That's how I be rocking. I be on her to learn something and to post. Okay. So anyway, it is. I don't know if you have done this. Oh, I'm gonna take it as a confirmation of it need to be said. I don't know if you have done this, but if you have not, be sure that your passwords to all the things you keep it in a reasonable place that is accessible from another device very easily for you. The double-edged sword is that if it's too easy for you, then it likely is too easy for somebody else to get into too. So you got to figure out the password situation and work through that. Something that you can always remember to access all of the passcodes to your life, because we all know that there's a different one for everything. And make sure that you keep them updated every so often, is what I'm hearing, as well as make them accessible to whoever your beneficiaries are, whoever that's for. Make sure that they have full access to be able to get into your accounts and things like that when they need to, provided anything ever happens. Anyway, there's that. And on that note, I was struggling to get into my devices because I forgot the main password. I forgot the main password. So I'll say this. I was able to access everything fully on my computer because I've made it to where I can access everything from the computer. And even though it's accessible on there and I was already signed into everything, if I signed out, trouble in paradise. And then some of the other accounts were still unaccessible because of two-step authentication. So yeah, when I finally got the phone, I get the phone and don't remember the main email password, so I can't get into the phone. On top of that, the SIM card wouldn't work in the new phone. Listen, this former stuff is trying to pick his head back up. And I said all that to say and to get into the fact that I've been missing, and that's why. Couldn't ask him. Oh, the last video I recorded was on my computer. I didn't tell y'all, and I told y'all a little bit of the struggle, but I didn't tell y'all that before I recorded that video, I was having a struggle time recording on the computer. The camera wasn't working. The camera was not trying to work for me. And then the audio is kind of low on there and all the things. Listen, listen. That makes it so much more important for me to tell y'all this bit of detail so that y'all know it's not just you. It's not just you. This contrast is what, there we go. Thank you, Spirit. Contrast is popping up all over. And Spirit was saying before I hopped on that many of you are very anxious and worried and concerned and getting a little discouraged by life's happenings and life's events is what I'm hearing. And Spirit wants you to be encouraged and to remind you, this is the part where you nurture yourself. This is the part where you be gentle, where you be kind, and you nurture their inner child. This is that shadow aspect that I mentioned in one of the last videos. And that part about nurturing yourself and being kind to yourself, it was for these times where things are a little difficult in your mind. So what's happening is there are things from the shadow that are coming up to be dealt with. This is not a bad thing. It may not feel great. It don't feel great. But it's here to remind you of some things that have been buried deeply. And it's the remnants of some things that you've already dealt with and you thought were gone. But some of it is still in there. And now it's time for that bit to come up and be faced as well. So you're not going crazy. This world is seeming like it is going crazy, but it's all here to teach you something about you and things that you have need to explore. So with that in mind, make sure that whenever these old feelings come up, it feels like such an inconvenience because you have been doing so well. And you're like, where did this come from? Like, why do I feel this way? I thought this stuff was gone. I thought I faced you already, big boss. Well, you have, but some of it is still in there. And at certain times, you just present it with this or or the same essence of a thing, but differently. The more you progress in life and you grow, you do face some of those same things just to make sure that you still want what you say you want. It's the test. It is the contrast for what you're asking for. So be encouraged and try to take a different point of view. View it from, if you can attune yourself to viewing everything from the vantage point of everything is already worked out for me and everything is working out for me, you put yourself in a much greater space. And listen, it ain't always easy. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and you got to be like a broken record on loop. Some things, and you know what those things are. Some of those things are harder for you to deal with. They're things from childhood and past traumas that have come back to the surface. Some of you, even things you thought that you were done with, and I'm hearing car issues and relationship issues, places where you felt like have been resolved within your family, and certain conflicts that you just thought that you were done and over with have resurfaced. And some of it is like opening a wound afresh. But be encouraged. You are at a greater capacity. You are more equipped now than you've ever been to deal with and navigate the situation. You've already navigated it before. You'll continue to navigate it, but you have proof from times past that you can do this. You can do this too. This don't have to be no different than the last time in the way of your achievement and overcoming. So just be encouraged in that, and if you have to repeat it every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, you do what you got to do to encourage yourself. That encouragement will help you. If you can sit down somewhere, get quiet. If you haven't, I encourage you to practice mindfulness and awareness in the way of meditation. It don't have to be for a long time, but if you can quiet your mind in the midst of all this stuff, you begin to be able to take control of your mind again. And the less you give into the ruminating on the old feelings that these certain things bring about for you, the better off you'll be. Just go do something else. Put it on loop and go do something else. Work out. Do what you got to do. Go jump rope, go skate, go to the park, go swing on a swing. Do something that is in direct opposition of whatever that emotion is that is trying to come up that's in association with whatever the thing is that you're facing. You will feel better. And it puts you, sometimes it's just a little bit better. But don't get caught up in, I only feel a little better. Because better is better. Spirit is saying, this is a part of counting those small wins. It's important to count the small wins because it's the small wins that get you to the greater picture. You're building this self-trust. You're building this relationship with this youthful version of you, because that's what this is. It's that youth coming out that's facing the things that happened back then, but it looks a little bit different here for some of you. Some of it looks very much the same, and the feelings are very much the same, trying to be anyway. So just make sure that you are dealing with yourself gracefully and graciously and kindly in this way by being encouraged and okay with that little, because that little, you can build on that little. Not feeling good at all is a little bit more, you need a little bit more oomph to get over the hump. But that little bit will get you a lot further because you can build. And you start thinking about some more things that you're grateful for. You start seeing, it opens up your mind to be able to see all of the great things that you do have going on for you outside of this one little thing. And it positions you in a place of power. You have power. You can use this power. You should use this power. If you allow your mind to take over, it renders you powerless. And you step back into the place that you've worked so hard to get away from. Not all is not lost necessarily, but you still have the means and ability to keep going forward. Feel your feelings briefly, and then go on and rock on, because it ain't no place to stay. And some of you have been feeling this shift. The shift is here. It's real. Before life happenings have come around and tried to get in the way. I say try to get in the way. That ain't even how it is, but that's what it feel like. You felt like some other things were going on. You were already facing challenges, but those you were handling like a pro. You handling them like a champ. But certain things, they go a little bit deeper. I keep on I keep getting this feeling of like just familiarity. And I know that it goes with the fact that you felt these feelings before concerning certain things, so it poses or stands as a trigger. But even if you look a little bit more closely, you can see it feels the same but different at the same time. The same but different at the same time. And part of what was being said before is, before you got to this part of the contrast, you were feeling like you had a great reign on things, and it was kind of like you were looking or observing yourself in situations that would normally have upset you in the past, and just grateful and overcoming in those moments, like catching the little things that would be trying to pop up to get you down, and you're like, no, 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 we're not doing that. But then this little thing, and even with persistence, this has been happening. So if this is the energy that you feel, you're not alone, because I can feel that in the collective, as the collective energy. But dare not, I'm hearing, use the kind of verbiage that says, if it's not one thing, it's another. Don't start getting into that place. You got to be very careful about the words that you use, because that's going to connect to those emotions, and you're going to keep creating that. You're going to be in frequency with that, and it's going to keep on showing up for you. You don't want that. So be mindful of the words you use. Hopefully this helps in some way to get you to the space of knowing that everything legitimately will work out. It's already worked out. Know that it is already worked out, and you're seeing it work out. Nothing has ever not worked out for you. You're still here. It may not have worked out the way you wanted it to, but it's not as bad as it seems. The part that Spirit was showing me that we really get hemmed up on is that it don't work out the way we want it to. It don't work out the way that we feel like it should. The way that we plan seems to be the most ideal outcome, but you don't know what is ahead. You don't know how this goes into or plays into the next better thing. You don't know the necessity of this place toward that place. And just know, whatever promises Spirit has made you, they will come to pass. Whatever those things are that you are desirous of and you've been striving after, keep on striving. They will come to pass. This one thing or these two things or however many things, because it feels like there's a lot going on that's trying to tug at you. It seems like stuff is tugging from every direction. But be who you are in this new identity. Be who you are in spite of this, because you are God in the flesh. You are more than capable. of managing and taking care and encouraging yourself through the situation, in spite of not having the end worked out. Anyway, I leave you this message in love and in light only and always. I hope that this resonates. If it resonates, talk to your girl in the comments. Like, share, comment. I said comment again. I meant subscribe. But do not let life get you down. This is your life. You have control over it. Go do what it is that you want to do with it. Drink you some kombucha and be all right. Until next time.